session. I'm just going to say, those of you who are here are clearly hardcore, so no matter how much fun you had last night, you were able to wake up and be here on time. So round of applause for y'all. It just means all the people who are still sleeping in get to miss all this particular part of the fun. So you guys will be in the know and have more information and can lord it over them later. So, to begin with, I wanted to ask everybody a little bit of audience participation. Since we're both standing up and sitting. So, if you have been to Saturnalia and you're in the room, stand up, please. Yes, anybody, if you're at Saturnalia, I want to see people who are Saturnalians. Okay. And San Antonio. Okay. Yeah, you just stand up here. And then the Chicago attendees. It's kind of pretty awesome. So, we love the repeat customers, the people who come back and engage because you guys help build the continuing stories. A lot of the effort we have here is to try and make this a community where you're interacting, you're seeing all the friends that are in character, out of character again and again. But beyond that, when we try to build a community, we also need to welcome the new people. So if this is your first time at a Darkness Emerging event, I'd like you to stand up. All right, stay standing. You guys don't get to stand. You guys have to stand. Now I want everybody who is sitting to look at the people who are standing, stare at them. Memorize what they memorize their faces. And so now, for those of you, this is not your first time, I'd like you now to raise your hand. You're going to take an oath.
We're going to point us.
This is audience participation. All right. Yes. Yeah, everybody. Yes. Okay. So the oath here is, I'm going to be nice to the new people.
In or out of character? Really out of character.
Oh, definitely in character.
I was asked for clarification. I will be nice out of character to the new people.
I will be nice out of character to the new people.
Play character. They're gonna screw you up, man.
In character.
Fresh meat.
I will try, in the friendliest way possible, to take advantage of the new people and bring them into plot.
I will take advantage of the new people.
This is the way I think.
What I said. Okay. So anyway, we want to make sure people feel welcomed, and we want you to have a good experience, and that's what this is all about here. So I wanted to start off with laying that expectation, and then we're going to talk about. You've got a panel up here, so I've got people who I want to talk about various things, and I'm going to hand it over to you next, Jimmy.
Everybody. So every time we do these, I'm always impressed by two things. First is that anybody gets up early at all to come to this. I think that's impressive.
Yep.
But also is the number of repeat attendees. And actually, I was going to do the whole picture first time thing. That's okay. I remember it's a little over a year ago in San Antonio, and you do this thing which has now become kind of a ritual among the storytellers, which is we stuff the envelopes for the factions with your stories and your little plot trinkets and stuff like that. And it's kind of like this moment we're all just sort of getting ready because it's quiet, right? Like everybody's upstairs getting ready, we're stuffing the envelopes. And I remember in San Antonio, like I'm just kind of thinking, I'm like, is this gonna work? You know, are they gonna get this? Like I think I handed like something I wrote for the Digital Collective to BJ, and I was like, does this work? And and it was like this kind of like very slanted, kind of awkward, humory thing, and he's like, yeah, I think it works. And he handed me very reassuring, he hands it back and I put it in the envelope. And I was like, oh, I think we're going to be okay, And of course we were. It's the third one of these, and we've grown so much. I think we had 140 the first time. We beat 200 in Chicago. We're not too far from that here, and this is fantastic. But I wanted to tell a story too, one of these rare intersections of personal life and LARP that I thought was really cool and helped me just think of everybody. I maybe told the story once or twice, but I'm really fond of it, so bear with me. In my day job, I work for a consulting firm, and we get projects all the time. You know, people want to solve business problems. What is this company worth? You know, should I enter the Southeast Asian market and all that stuff? And out of nowhere, we get a client, and they came to us and they said, so we have some tough negotiations coming up, and we want to put our salespeople through a series of war games to hone their negotiation skills. And I heard about the project, and I go to one of the partners, and I was like, you got to get me on this project. This thing, live action role playing, I've done these books and stuff like that, these events, and like I start forwarding him links to all this stuff, and he reads it, he's like, I got to get you on this project, you know. And he goes to he goes to the staffing person. He's like, get him on this project. I don't care what he's doing, but you know, do this. And so we sit down, and there's another party. He's like, I need you to give me a prototype of this game overnight. I'm like, okay, I will. And then the next day, I'm leading all these partners, these business leaders, through basically a mini LARP, where they're buyers and sellers of like auto batteries, you know, and like they're competing with Walmart and stuff like that. And they have a blast, and we run it for the client, and the client is just having a ton of fun. And it's all these like, you know, normie types in the middle of Wisconsin, and they're just leaning into their characters like so hard, and they loved it. And it made me think that like people, they don't realize it, but they are hungry for like these sorts of experiences, you know. And we find that more and more as we grow, and people find this hobby, you know. And even if it's not LARP, it's other things that are kind of, you know, close to LARP. There's been a rise, you know, even if it's just things like escape rooms or immersive experiences. There's been a rise of like these kind of immersive cocktail hours. You come and you meet actors, and you know, your role playing is you, but it's still kind of the same thing. And I think very much that like this sort of thing is growing. I think that's fantastic. Continuing on, I did a bit of a thought exercise going into this. I asked a few people if you were to convince somebody to come to this event in one sentence, what would that sentence be? And the first one is from Ryan Autry, our former president. And I think it was, there we go. Immerse yourself in a unique interactive game and punk horror pageant by Masters of the Live, that's a big sentence. Masters of the Live Action Mind's Eye Theater by Pun Night Studios and the Vampire the Masquerade Story Universe. I think that's a lot. That's a lot. I think it's very topical. It's good. Mine was, after this is a sample, this is your chance to wear that thing in your closet that you've never been brave enough to wear. And I think that's so often the case. You know, I have things in my closet that like I just bought on a lark, and I think I will maybe hopefully wear them one day. For women, maybe that dress that you've never wore to the club. Like this is absolutely the place to do that. And I think it's not just the wearing, you know, of some garment that, you know, you've had for the longest time, but you're kind of trying on a new and different version of you. And I think it's great that so many people feel that this is a safe space where they can do that. But I think the last and my most favorite one is from BJ. Reconnect with old friends and make some new ones. And as we've grown, we've really had the opportunity to do that. We've had a lot of people who were very active in this hobby in the early and mid 2010s come back and join us again, and they brought friends. And it's just been the most gratifying, like wonderful experiences. We've grown, and it's like people waking up and come back to this. It's fantastic. It's so rewarding. So with that, I'll say thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I think we can all use this hobby right now. So I'm really glad to share it with all of you. Housekeeping stuff, Cheshire will help with character sheets from 11 to 4. Where were you at? Okay. He's already prepping to help you with character sheets.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Daphne.
Wow, really? You make someone an AA meeting? Hi, I'm Daphne, and I'm a vampire larper.
Hi, Daphne.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the general programming. If you have your, it's going to be on page 22. For those who don't have booklets, that's what I'm here for. I am your audio programmer.
Daphne's a booklet.
I am a booklet. a live booklet. We're going to start off with LARP 101, 1 p.m. today in this room right here. This panel will cover everything from getting started and engaging with the community to understanding in-game etiquette, helping new players feel confident and excited as they join the immersive Darkness Emergence experience. So if you wanted to know all the basics about LARP, if you've LARPed before but want to know like some cute little nuances, this is a really good panel to go to. And then at 2 p.m., also in this room, character workshop, ideation, and backgrounds. So that will, panelists will share their secrets on building rich, immersive characters, and then that way you can then dive into live brainstorming exercises to transform simple ideas into complex personas with backstories. Because as we all know, everyone loves to have a character that has that little backstory that no one knows unless you get asked. And everyone loves talking about their character's backstories. So this is a good way to help further develop your characters and their backstories. And just get that little extra oomph to bring them to life. We've got Chops 101 at 1 p.m. Saturday. Also here. And that is, join us for an interactive Q&A session focused on understanding your character's powers in Vampire the Masquerade V5. Our experienced storytellers will cover common questions about discipline, combat mechanics, and dive into specific abilities so you can bring your character to life with confidence. Please don't Diablo-rize anyone.
No promises?
The Banu Hakim is watching.
That's a little hypocritical, don't you think?
The Banu Hakim are watching. Oh no. That was a threat.
The Art of Storytelling is at 2 p.m. Saturday. Join our creative director for the Art of Storytelling, where panelists will discuss how they bring the world of darkness to life by balancing player agency with immersive narratives. And then everyone who is attending that will, I love this, so happy. Everyone will collaborate in a breakout group to craft a sample plot kit for a large-scale V5 LARP on the spot. So everyone bring, this is going to sound like really
So
old
my
school.
Saturday.
Bring your thinking caps for this one. Thinking caps.
Does it actually have a thinking cap? Just curious.
Wait, I have okay, now, because you said that, raise your hand if you actually have a thinking cap.
I have a thinking pen.
Thinking pen is awesome.
You should sell those merch.
Yes! Darkness Emergent thinking caps. Yes.
Okay.
Mine says bad decisions, good stories.
Yes.
It is we have at 2 p.m. on Saturday a photo scavenger hunt. Teams of 4 to 8 will race against the clock to capture as many photo moments from the list as they can, while making new friends and creating lasting memories. No one will be left out, so our staff will be on hand to make sure everyone who wants to take part is on a team. This is a totally optional activity, but it will definitely be a lot of fun. Raise your hand if you like scavenger hunts. Raise your hand if you like random candid photos. That should be everybody. And there will be prizes.
Now it's a warning.
Winner gets to Diablo-rize the lizard.
Let that man cook.
No, no.
And now I am going to hand it over to this beautiful woman next to me.
Good morning, everybody. I am Arcelia Royale. I go by RC, or you may know me as Camila. So I'm here to talk about our VIP ticket holders and the events that we're going to be having for you all. All right. So first off, though, I want to acknowledge our featured guests and our guest storytellers. So we've got Alexander here, right? We have Cynthia Marie. I think she stepped out. She was here a second ago, so clap anyway. One thing who's playing the bell, right? He was great last night, right? Awesome as well. He's not here.
Really good.
We got Outstar with She was here too, but she walked out.
Everybody left.
We have Ms. Manatech here as well. And we have Boy with Megan here as well. For being here and being part of the event. It's been wonderful so far. So thank you. We do have an autograph greet and meet session happening at 11:30. Right, 11:30 to is it? 11, it's for an hour?
It's like 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, so it's going to be happening in the Champagne 2 next door, all right? The booklets have a section where you can, the picture gets signed.
Oh, very cool.
Pens and the whole 9 yards, so if you're a VIP ticket holder, please attend that, all right? It's a chance to mingle with our featured guests.
Nice.
Right, so, okay. A couple other things we got going on. Dinner with Duchess was yesterday. That was a lot of fun, right? Yeah? There was, what, like 32 of us? No, I think 32, right? And that was great. It was we had salad, we had steak dinner, right? And some dessert that was delicious. So it's a great opportunity to sit down with the staff and our featured guests as well and other players, right? And I really recommend that you do it again in the future because it's just a great opportunity. That was yesterday. Today we also have Vampires and Vino happening right in the Legends Lounge, okay? So that's a 2-hour wine tasting session, okay? But more importantly, what's really cool is that we have our developers and our special guests, our featured guests, right, attending. They're gonna be discussing some maybe upcoming projects, right? You'll be able to ask questions as well of them. And it's gonna be a lot of an informal sort of fire chat atmosphere, so just another opportunity for you to mingle, right, and have some great wine. So why not, right? Please attend. Again, that's going to be for obviously our VIP ticket holders, right? Okay, I got 2 more and then I'm going to shut up, all right? Dark Epics. Who's heard of Dark Epics here in this room? Okay, who's playing in Dark Epics? Yeah, so Dark Epics is happening in the Legends Lounge, all right, from 3 to 4 o'clock, okay? JP is running it, I don't think he's in the room, but JP will be running that panel. And it's essentially, I'm gonna just read from my prompt here. It is a way for us to offer our VIP ticket holders, right, an opportunity to experience and step into the roles of ancient global powers weaving their influence across the world of darkness, all right? It's a really neat opportunity. It's played over Discord, okay? And it doesn't limit you to just essentially being like a kindred, right, a vampire. You wanna be fae, you wanna be a demon, you wanna be some deep umbral creature, you can do that, right? And it's, like I said, it's a white glove experience. We have a couple of STs and ASTs, right, that will work with you to craft this character. And there's downtimes. So anyway, attend. There's a lot to talk about there. We're really excited about this special opportunity. So that's Dark Epics, again, in the Legends Lounge. And last but not least, we have Sip and Soar happening today, I believe, at 12:10. This is really important, all right? So that's our add-on for the Link, the High Roller, right? If you're afraid of heights, it's a Ferris wheel, all right? But they have these really neat pods. They've got music. They have a bartender. It's a lot of fun, all right? So I'm looking forward to hanging out with some of you that are attending that. Here, we need to make sure that we are at the High Roller VIP lobby no later than 12:10, all right? So 12:10, because these pods will leave you behind. So make sure you're there, ready to go, all right? And you need to bring your printed information that is in your registration packet. Don't forget that, okay? Don't miss it. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Tracy. And as a store group, you don't necessarily need the printed information. I went ahead and cheated and got a list, so I'll be just checking people off as they come to make it easier on everybody.
On-site retcon.
So there's that. But now we get to do more fun audience and storyteller participation. So can I have the other microphone?
Oh, God.
Yeah. This is where BJ and I come in together. Yeah. So one of the things we want to make sure is that people understand the safety rules for gameplay. What? Yes, there are. We actually care about states.
Oh God,
Yes, we do.
it's scripted.
Maybe not the STs, but the coordinators will. So, BJ, what is a okay check-in thing?
So sometimes you might think that some content you're about to lay down might be a little problematic. Just flash the okay sign. It's like, you okay? You don't even have to say the okay, just flash the sign. And then they respond. You know how they respond.
I do.
Well, what's the first way? Let's say they're good at it.
Okay, this is audience participation. So, everybody, thumbs up. Show me you know how to use a thumbs up symbol. All right, excellent, okay.
All right? And if you're not sure, and no. Like, screw that. And an important feature is if someone says, take that as this.
Everybody nod your head.
We care more, despite my joker, we care more about people's out-of-character safety than we do about the story. So we don't want people crossing lines if they're a little hesitant. No, respect those boundaries. Draw back.
So, when you draw back, what else can you do if somebody looks uncomfortable, BJ?
Well, there's a couple things. First, if someone looks just generally uncomfortable, it's like a hard stop. It's hard to do with two hands, but flash jazz hands, basically.
Okay.
Everybody jazz hands. Yeah, okay.
The other one is if you're going to leave the scene, like maybe the other people want to continue and you're just wanting to know about it. I'm gone. Put your eyes down, like cover it, and just leave. That's okay.
All right. For this one, I have to see everybody do the poof thing. So stand up. And a graceful slide out. Show me your graceful slides with your hands. Very nice. All right.
And keep in mind, so that is also very much an affirmative action step that you take if you're not comfortable. So an okay is that you're looking at someone else and you think they might not be comfortable, you check in with it. But if you're not comfortable, either hard out or swoop out.
Swoop out's going to be a new thing for us. So, the universal sign for I need to talk out of character, what is it? Is anybody confused? I'm not seeing everybody's hands up. You have to lift the hands up so I can see that you're doing it, and I see people back there not lifting hands. All right, good.
It's also good if you keep it up high. Like, especially if you're trying to move through a crowd, like you're suffering an anxiety attack or something, you just need some air, just put it up and go.
So, can anybody use these mechanics?
Yes.
So if you think someone's not looking good, you can do the okay check-in, but you can also intervene, or can you ask people to intervene?
If you're going to intervene, be polite about it. Because some people may be caught up in the drama of it, and they may be cool with it.
And is it possible sometimes people might miss the okay sign?
Very much so. I mean, it is kind of subtle because it's a hand signal. And if they miss it, they just kind of like keep going. Pause, do the hard stop, and then check in with them more verbally.
Does that make sense to everybody? Cool. Because it's important to us. Your safety is important. And I want to talk for a moment about basically affirmative consent.
Okay.
So the idea being, you can talk with somebody beforehand before you go into a scene and set boundaries, right?
Absolutely.
Have you done that before?
I do that in my gaming groups, which is tabletops. We talk about that. Session 0, but also in LARPs. Go and say, hey, this scene is going to be about X. Is everyone cool with that? And if someone's a no, it's off the table.
And so tonight and tomorrow night as well, if you're in scenes and you're going through plots and you start getting stuff which takes you to the storytellers, because that probably means you're deep in some sort of plot that's going to have lots of interesting complications, they should be free to tell the storytellers, hey, I've got a boundary here or I'm uncomfortable, right?
And if someone is like routinely ignoring your attempts to stop, again, swoop out, but also report that to the storytellers, to crew here, because everybody should be respectful of everyone else's boundaries in this. Again, we care more about your safety than we do about the stories.
And I do love that. So yes, both in and out of character, we want this to be both a psychologically safe space and a physically safe space for everybody here. So consent is important. I understand we have people, we have friends, people we know in the gaming industry. Some people are neurodivergent and they may have difficulty reading social signals. So if somebody is, I'm going to come and invade your space, BJ.
Step back.
One thing I recommend, rather than taking it as a hey and gentle like this, you want to be a little more firm with, I'm sorry, you're a little too close. Could you step back and let's continue to talk? So one thing I'm going to ask everybody to do, because if people have difficulty reading social cues, the nonverbal cues, please be explicit. So if someone's making you uncomfortable, so if you then come to us and you say, I told him no, or I told her no, I needed that person to back up and they didn't do it, we will intervene. This is a safe space to play. But it does something to say, I said, you're making me uncomfortable, please step away. And they don't listen. Believe me, Coop and I will be on that like white on rice, Coop?
Yeah, we don't use that term.
We don't use it. We don't.
Like flies on crab.
What?
You're an Andy's kid? Okay. Well, anyway, does this make sense to everybody? Can y'all all commit to this philosophy?
Yes.
Yes?
If I can add one quick thing, like in my experience, when people are able to like concretely express their boundaries, it also a lot frees them up to explore what they can. Like I can actually, like some of you may think, this is silly, man, we didn't do this back in the day, but it can actually lead to more immersive gameplay because people are more willing to trust each other and do strange stories. Wow, you get to strange stories.
This is true, because if you have a conversation before you enter the scene about what boundaries you are and are not comfortable with, it allows that freedom of play, but always consent can change through the course of the scene. So while you may agree to something, if suddenly you reach a point where you feel uncomfortable, you can stop, and you should stop and say, hey, you know what, I changed my mind about this. Changing your mind is totally okay. So that's important for us to share.
100%.
All right. So the other last thing I'm going to do too is, guys, we have to take care of each other. So the classic line, if you see something, say something, is what I want everybody to keep top of mind. And if you see something and you are uncomfortable intervening, that's again where you can come get the storytellers, you can get me, you can get Coop and say, there's something going on over here, I want somebody to go check it out. We are totally on board for that. That is why we are here, to make sure we all have a good time, and we will intervene as necessary. So don't feel it's incumbent on you, but you've got to let us know. That's important. Everybody nod your heads. All right, excellent. I think we're good there. So Coop, you want to talk particularly about event safety as well.
I do. Hi, folks.
Hey, Coop.
So, some of you guys who are on Discord might have saw my simple rules of conventions. Kind of humorous, but they have some serious things. 0, have your badge. Wear your badge. Have it with you when you go to your events. It helps us make sure you are going into the right place and the people that shouldn't be going into that place. Always have a buddy. Don't just walk around by yourself, because guess what? Friends are better than no friends. So even if you guys don't know each other, hey, if you guys are going to somewhere, please walk together. Use your privileges, take your showers, take that self-care. Super important, because sometimes we'll just start going and going and going and going and forget to eat. And that leads me into the next
Not a problem.
thing. Drink water.
Fine.
Yes, water. Eat real food, not just, I'm just going to have some snacks. Eat real food. Protein is super important, especially for your neurodivergent people. Also, remember, everything in Vegas is recorded. Remember, being on the floor, the casino floor, everybody has to be 21 out there. Also remember, if you have a smoke allergy, try to stay out of the casino spaces. That way, if you can also remember that convention spaces, there's no smoking inside of here. Also, while you're out on that casino floor or while we're here, make sure you have your ID with you because the security from the hotel can stop you if you're passing through the place, and they can kind of persnickety about things. Gambling laws are a big deal. Also, no face obscuring masks or hoods on the casino floor anywhere. That's one way to get some extra attention. And the last thing is, on this part, is be nice. It doesn't take anything. Like, some people might be having a bad moment, be nice with them. Help them understand, or find me that help, for me to help them. Because there's all kinds of things that can go on, Be firm with people when you're setting your boundaries, but also be nice with them, because we don't know where that person's at. My second thing is, please read the code of conduct that's listed in your program. You can find it online as well. Everyone, all attendees, staff, are expected to adhere to these guidelines, and I will tell you that if I catch you breaking certain of these things, it will not be a pleasant day for you. Kelly and I are very serious about this and want to make sure that everybody has a good time. Please, if you have any questions about the code of conduct, or if you have an issue that comes up, please feel free to come see me and Kelly. We've been doing this for a long time, and we have no problem with you guys coming up and talk to us about what you guys need. I am always around. People say I have like this spider sense or hoop sense. There's a disturbance in the force, and I'll get up and show up, and you just walked out of nowhere. But if you guys need to find me, you can find me on Discord. You can direct message me there. You can find me on Facebook. You can direct message me there. All Instagram, Gothic Coop is what I am. So also I have someone here helping me, a guy who's been helping me for the past 15 years doing these type of events. John? John flew from Queensland to Australia to here to help us out. So, real truly to help me out. I call it, they asked me, well, who's someone as good as you to do this job? And I'm like, there's no one as good as me.
Humble brag.
Oh, the modesty.
But there is someone who I trust implicitly to do this job with me. And that's that guy. So, also, if you don't see me, you see John, you tell him what's going on, he'll be more than glad to help you, to get you in contact with me. And he's also a giant koala bear. Yeah, he does identify as a tactical unicorn. That's it. Thank you.
Is that a rhinoceros?
So we do have a few more housekeeping and information pieces we wanted to share with everybody. So of course, registration is going on next door, and we have merchandise available, though a lot of stuff was purchased yesterday, so we were pleasantly surprised to see how many things, new stuff we had that you reacted well to. So next door is their modern art class. That was me clicking the button when I shouldn't have. There we go. So, but Modern Art Price there, if you were getting the metal boon cards or whatnot, he is not hand inscribing, he's laser inscribing them over there. So something you might want to check out. We do have our fame maker Maven. He's going to be working out of the Association Office 1. We gave him his own tiny space because that drill drives everybody crazy.
And the smell.
Yeah, you have your own space. Of course, we have our photographer Lim wandering around, and so he's capturing things, and I can't wait to see. We've seen some of the first photos, and RC is very excited. Are some of those already out?
Yeah, they will be out at 1 o'clock, so check your social media. And might I add just real quick, please tag By Night Studios. Share your photos if you're doing it online. Tag By Night Studios, hashtag Darkness Emergent. I will see them, we will share them, right? Let the world know how much fun we're having, all right?
I love you guys.
There you go, short and sweet. So a couple things. Faction meetings will be at 6:30 tonight. We will get the list of locations up on Discord in the next couple of hours. We're trying to figure out how to best utilize the space because we're lots of people and meetings are fun, so we'll get that out there. And for where the game is going to be, we actually are using 2 sites tonight, but the principal game and the starting, when we get to see it for the first time, so the Le Village Buffet, that's going to open up at 7 o'clock for everybody? I think so, yes. And so on your program book, you can see we're just pitching the program book all the time. Somewhere in here is the back. So when you look at this lovely picture, and you can see there's a purple area right there that has no label to it. That's us. We are on the map, but off the map at the same time.
That's very Kindred.
Yes.
No masquerade?
Oh my God, you've actually walked past the game site several times without even knowing it. It's very good.
It is. Yes, question?
For Faction Plot is QR code plot elements, are they being implemented again this year, or are they being double checked again this year?
Oh man. We love us some QR codes like you would not imagine. We have I think 4 times the QR codes as we did before. So that plot is returning. We talked about it on Discord. We have a couple other different takes on that. It's not on Discord, so I'll say it. But so in Chicago, at the last minute, I thought it was really. I was like, what if I could get an AI chatbot to talk like Smiling Jack? You know, with all the
God.
nuances, right? So we kind of last minute threw it out there, and a couple of people found it, right? But I was like, no, I think this is still hilarious. I want to do something like that. So we have a mechanism. If you can find them, there are NPC chatbots that we build with plot hints and stuff. If you can find them, and there's a little mini story that you can do if you can find all 3 and navigate information between them. So that's out there if you can find it. I won't spoil how that's done, but that's out there. Yeah. And all sorts of other little things that worked well in Chicago we're bringing back. Everybody liked the Prince Jackson, we hate Prince Jackson videos, yeah, exactly. That's an example of one of those. So yes, the answer is many QR codes. That's come up.
Excellent. So a couple of other things. Of course, when we finish the con and everybody goes back home, you can expect we're going to have a follow-up survey. We're asking everybody, please, as you're thinking about it and you're experiencing things this weekend, we want you to keep it in mind. We want your feedback because every time we do this, we want to iterate, we want to improve, we want to take your suggestions and see how we can make the experience more enriched, more immersive for the next go-around. So your answers on that feedback survey really do help propel decisions that we make, and you are making an impact both in-game, when you're doing your activities, but out of game as well to help us research that. So speaking about next events, you've seen our lovely banner, including the one that I taped and it says Los Angeles instead of Los Angeles. So we will be going to the Biltmore Hotel. A couple things I wanted to let you know about this. We have booked all the hotel meeting space.
Whoa.
We will own the meeting space. We are going to be supplementing the Darkness Emergent live sessions. You notice we didn't have club games with this. I'll say it was a model we're trying, boutique experience is what I would call this. But we will have the clubs, and the Canada at Midnight has confirmed that they will come and make a presentation. We're working with a couple of others to add that. We are also going to be opening up a submission form in the next 4 to 6 weeks for daytime events and panels. So if you think you have an idea that would provide value to the community, and you write up a proposal and you talk through with us, we may see if there is space for your idea to come and join and be part of the experience we offer everybody else. So we're going to crowdsource basically. And so those are the things I wanted to let you know about that are coming down the pipeline. Now with that being said, I want to open the door for any questions about logistics, about the events this weekend, things you want to know. That's what, you've got a wide spectrum of people here from the team to answer those. So, questions from the floor? Yes?
I may have missed it, but the Sip and Soar, is there like a ride when people are going to it, or is it in there ourselves?
So with Sip and Soar, if you got the tickets, there was an email sent out, a Google slide share, should be in your inbox. If you didn't get it, come find me in registration later this afternoon. But walking distance, it's about an 8 to 10 minute walk. But if you're walking off the strip, which is the most direct thing, so you basically go down here past Cabinet of Curiosities. We go out there and you walk to the Ferris wheel. I say walk with friends. Because, yeah, it's the seedy part under the monorail, which is awesome. It's the most direct route. So I will tell you that I'm going to be heading away from the hotel down there by Johnny Rockets past the Cabinet of Curiosity about 11:50 or so, because I want to be over there to make sure to check in everybody appropriately. So if people want to walk with me, you can make a friend and we can go together. And should be a lot of fun there. Next question. Yes?
Do you have a date for the LA one yet?
That is what's out on our banners in the other room.
May 22nd to the 26th.
There you go. Yeah, so Memorial Weekend.
Ooh, easier to get off work.
I will also tell you, I will tell you a couple of things that I'm investigating that I don't have confirmation on now, but you know that not too far away, they have the Academy Museum, the new film Academy Museum. I'm trying to investigate getting us a private tour with the docent for a select group as an add-on ticket to that. And so maybe a trip up to the planetarium so we can see a show, but also see that iconic view from the James Dean films and everything. So things like that we're investigating to add on as experiential, again, community building events that'll be available, and more details to come in forthcoming months. More questions? Yes.
Do you have any idea where the next event after LA will be, and will it be on the East Coast?
Will it be on the East Coast?
Yeah, I understand. So I can tell you a substantial portion of the staff is in favor of East Coast. I happen to love East Coast. We are investigating options. Some of the cities that are on the list, so we don't have anything we're committed to now, but I like Indianapolis because they deal with Gen Con, so they understand nerds as it is. So I'm like, they won't be faced by anything in a costume if you're in Indianapolis. Detroit is something that I think would be interesting, and I've had good events that I've hosted before.
4 minutes. Anyway.
Oh, the Purple Hotel. There are stories. If you get Coop and I drinks later, we will tell you stories about the Purple Hotel.
Oh, no.
Let's just say, the 2 drive-by shootings in the parking lot during the con just added to the ambiance.
It's like 3D.
Other questions?
I've heard strong support for Boston, too.
Boston.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Salem, Massachusetts?
I'll tell you, I'm more than willing to take suggestions, so if you want to ping me on Discord with city suggestions, get the conversation started. A couple of factors I always will want to look at is you want to look for ease of flight, for commute for everybody, ease of travel. I do look at costs because I'm cost sensitive, and if people tell you that I am they'll tell you that I'm a budget watcher in this group here. Maybe I'm not popular because of that. But I want to make sure we can get the best possible deal for everybody so that you are getting the most value for your dollar out of the whole experience. And so cost control is also something I look at when we're looking at rental fees and the hotel room costs and everything. And again, I should say, well, I've been in the industry for a while, I've been out of the industry for a while, and I've just come back to join the team here in late August. So I'm still getting my feet under the ground with our approaches here. And yeah, you'll see things happen. It'll be fun. It's all good. Next questions. And if you have questions for other people, this is also cool because I can like answer. Does anybody have any questions for like our marketing and social media stuff? Okay, that's a who, but it's not a question.
Doing great.
Yeah, great. I want to thank everyone for all the hard work that goes into that, right? And I specifically want to thank Cynthia Marie because she has been absolutely amazing. Just putting together. She's back there, yeah. She has put together a team of great influencers, and we're very excited to work with them. So, and you saw them out on the floor last night, working as NPCs, right? And they're just great. So, thank you, Cynthia, for all the hard work you're doing. We're really excited. So, yeah. Thank you for being amazing.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Any other questions? Comments, concerns, limericks, jokes, anything?
There once was a man.
No.
All right. In which case, thank you all for being here. We're looking forward to seeing you the rest of the day today through tomorrow. Sunday closing, good times, good friends. That is the goal. So I ask everybody, say hello, make a friend with somebody you didn't know before you came here so you leave with new connections. And I think that, if you do that, then the goal we set up here will have been accomplished. And I hope to see everybody tonight again. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Boulder at noon.
Boulder at noon!